Hi guys! Today we're going to start our book talk by taking a moment to reflect. At this point in your life, you're having to make lots of tricky decisions. And the issue is you're trying to make these decisions without making big enough mistakes that they'll impact your life. We know that we grow from our mistakes, but how do we make sure that those mistakes aren't so severe that they impact the lives of us and those around us? In my 3 books, I've chosen a diverse set of characters that overcome different obstacles and go through situations that we can learn from. My first book is Ungifted by Gordon Corman, and we follow the main narrator. His name is Donovan, and he's very reckless and impulsive, and he makes a decision that lands him at a special school for gifted kids, even though he's not gifted. So in this book, you're getting to see a bunch of different students and teachers, and they share their own points of view, and you can kind of gain insight that way. But it's also very humorous, and it's a light-hearted read. Donovan's antics can be pretty funny. Some of the situations he and his teammates get into are pretty cool. Well, I shouldn't say cool. They're humorous, yet not the right choice to make. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Donovan. Unearthed, Donovan Curtis, IQ 112. I want a refund from Ancestry.com. They traced my family all the way back to the Revolution, and in all those forefathers and foremothers, aunts, uncles, and cousins, there was nobody like me. He is very unique. This book involves a robotics team. It involves silly school antics. It's just a good read, a fast read. My second book that I chose is The 57 Bus. This book is very heavy. It is based on a true series of events that left one child burned in the hospital irreparably. For the rest of their life, they will face that prognosis, and it left another child in jail. So this book is really good to gain perspective from both narrators. The narrators are Sasha, the person who suffers the burns, and Richard, the person who makes a very poor choice that impacts the lives of him and those around him. I will tell you, there are 2 letters in this book that are so impactful I cried when I read them. You get to see the points of view of the victim, the person who committed the crime, the mistake that he made, and both of their families and several teachers throughout this book as well. So I'm going to introduce you to some thoughts from Sasha and Richard, who are brought together in 8 minutes on a public transit bus that changes their life forever. 2 ends of the same line, 2 sides of the same crime. Sasha. They tried not to think about the fire or the person who set it, but sometimes it was hard not to wonder why, not to just feel incredulous that this was the situation. One minute you're on your way home from school, and then it's an ambulance and a hospital and surgery and pain and painkillers and bandages and seated showers. It was just like, how is this a thing that happens? Richard. I'm not a thug, gangster, hoodlum, nor monster. I'm a young African-American male who's made a terrible mistake. Not only did I hurt you, but I hurt your family and friends, and also my family and friends, for I have brought shame to them and our country, and I shall be punished, which is going to be hard for me because I'm not made to be incarcerated. So that's The 57 Bus by Dashka Slater. My final book is arguably my favorite of the 3. This book left me breathless, so it seemed only natural that I would end with the book whose ending still haunts me to this day. So in this book, we follow William. He is facing one of the toughest decisions of his life, and most of the book is set on an elevator, so you notice the numbers going down. The title is Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds, and during this elevator ride, William is encountering a lot of ghosts from his past, so to speak. He's trying to make a huge huge decision that will alter the course of his life. So we listen to him process it. Now, another thing that's really cool, this book is written in the form of poems, but it's plot-based. So you can't read the poems out of order, but it is a very fast read that by the end, I'm telling you, the ending made me gasp for air. I still don't know how to process it fully, but it's such a good read. So let me introduce you to William. I'm only William to my mother and my brother Sean, whenever he was trying to be funny. Now I wish I would have laughed more at his dumb jokes, because the day before yesterday, Sean was shot and killed. So, in this book, the narrator is battling grief. He's battling the choice to continue doing what kids in his neighborhood have always done, or to make his own way. And it deals with a lot of grief. So if you're facing grief for some reason, I'm telling you, this book hits home. It's very real. It's very powerful. You can tell by the amount of awards. Like I said, this one is a crowd favorite and a fast read. So without further ado, we're going to break up into groups to start our project. Thanks for being here today.